I don't remember a player of that prominence ever being traded twice in the deadline period. And Carolina...
Probably because it's pretty stupid to do it.
What is going on with the NHL? Because we've had 3 trades so far today, and as I'm trying to get a video out, instead, my focus is drawn to the Hurricanes and Mikko Rantanen. What's going on there? I didn't really want to believe it at first when I heard some rumblings over the last few days, like, yeah, sure, the Canes could move him, but why would they want to? They just moved Necas, and this is win-now territory. I mean, the first Mikko trade was a huge shock, and now a second Rantanen trade might hit the news cycle before the deadline. Madness. But I mean, it's hard to ignore. I think we gave him some grace with Carolina, and he's just not been the same player yet. According to Elliot Friedman, those rumblings may have some merit, and he tweeted that there may be something going on, which is bananas. He lists 3 teams which could be in on Rantanen, and they include the Leafs, the Stars, and the Kings. He also said that's not a complete list, just what he's heard right now. But I mean, this is wild, and it makes the potential trade of the year a potential flop of the year for the Hurricanes, who are now without Necas and without Rantanen. Not ideal. So, should we start speculation on what a trade for Rantanen might look like? Well, of course. And let's start with the most intriguing option, the Dallas Stars. Money-wise, because of salary retained by Chicago, Rantanen's salary comes at just north of $4.5 million. So, I mean, certainly workable for many teams. But a big question in this scenario is whether Rantanen's traded as a rental versus perhaps a sign-and trade, which of course will totally change his value. So, what could Dallas give up for Rantanen? Well, could we see Jason Robertson perhaps in the mix? I don't think Dallas would even consider getting rid of him unless Rantanen is coming back with a contract of his own, because, I mean, Robertson still hasn't been through his RFA contract yet, plus he's got 1 more year on this one. But next up, we have LA. And I know, Toronto, you guys are waiting in the wings. You said us. Well, just a second. Could the Kings make a splash and get Rantanen? I feel like this is maybe the worst answer for Carolina, as this would probably be a picks trade, and I don't think that really helps their win-now mentality. All of the trades that I've sort of workshopped are pretty dookie for Carolina, but, I mean, Friedman said it's an option, so I guess we'll explore it. Could we see Adrian Kempe in picks, Trevor Moore, and more picks? I don't know. It doesn't really seem enticing to Carolina. Quinton Byfield, to me, is the most interesting piece on this Kings team, but if I'm the Kings, no one's touching him. Rantanen and Kopitar, however, would be fun to watch. Finally, of course, Elliott did tease the Leafs, so let's take a look at their cap space and how this could work. Again, assuming, I guess, that Carolina doesn't retain any salary. First, here's one that probably favors Leafs fans. This is from Brandon. You trade Camp, Bobby McMahon, Revo, and Easton Cowan, which, I mean, the Leafs would hate to lose Cowan, but for a certified 100-point winger, worth it, and getting rid of the Revo contract. I mean, that is 5.1 in salary saved. The other option for the Leafs would be a deal centered around trading Matthew Knies, another big blow to the Leafs, but if Knies plus Yarncroke and picks gets it done, that's pretty juicy as well. Let's be honest, if the Leafs could trade Knies and go all in on Rantanen, they could be serious cup contenders, although, especially after Knies tonight, I don't know if the Leafs want to move on from him. And I do feel like it's pretty short-sighted to grab Rantanen for a run, hoping to re-sign him, when you also have Marner and Tavares coming up in the offseason, assuming you still want them. I honestly think the Leafs would rather get Knies locked in on sort of a mid-range deal. And I think you'd rather that than Rantanen at like 13 to 14 for max term, which I assume he's going to want. But who knows? I didn't expect Mikko to be in the market twice in 1 year. I only know so much. But let me know what you think of this news and any of these quickly thrown together trade ideas, or if you think he's going to go somewhere else or stay in Carolina. As always, let us know below. If you enjoyed today's video, please drop a like, and if you want more content, there's a new basketball, football, and hockey video on screen right now. I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.